Hi, I'm Jamie.
And I'm Dustin. And that's OnlineMeded.
Hello everybody! So my name is America, but you guys know me. I don't think you've met my new friends.
I'm Dustin.
Jamie.
I think they already introduced themselves. Well, hello everyone. So thank you guys so much for allowing me to come over and meet you guys. Here meeting the brains behind OnlineMeded, which is like the best website ever for third year and fourth year med students who are trying to teach themselves everything that we need to know. We have a lot of high standards and a lot of knowledge to know to impress our attendings and to do well on step 2. A lot of us medical students want to know if our role models were always destined to be amazing. Destined. Growing up, were you guys smart? Were you the best of the class?
My mother actually, by the time I was 2, trained me to say that I would go to Yale, drive a Mercedes, and be a doctor.
Oh.
So I went to Yale, the Merc's out back, and I'm a doctor. In 6th grade, my mother was called in for a parent-teacher conference. And there was like, oh shit, what did my kid do? And the guy was like, you cannot send him to public school. They're like, oh my god, why not? He's like, because he's too smart. And he'll be seen as a distraction. In terms of the teaching thing, though, my father's actually a teacher. I actually think I had it instilled in me like the entire time. Because I always would teach what I learned. I always had this need to give back, whether it was EMT school or a bartending class I created. And even just like teaching my fellow students, because at Tulane post-Katrina, there weren't enough PhDs to fill histology labs. So I had a great one. So I just ended up always like sort of getting into it.
I've been blessed my entire life, definitely to have a quick mind and to be sharp. Didn't necessarily know what I wanted to do until my teenage years. Unfortunately, my family had a tragedy. Both my aunt and grandfather died of a rare genetic disease similar to Huntington's. And at that moment, I said, I'm going to solve that disease. That's what I want to do. I finally have purpose. And so I went to college with that mindset. Not to go into medicine, but to go into research. Got into a lab first year, quickly realized that lab work is different than what I anticipated. It's very laborsome, it's not very bright and exciting, and it takes decades, and it takes millions of dollars and hundreds of people across the world. It's just not a process that I could contribute the way that I anticipated, and so I kind of shifted my focus more into medicine at that point, and yeah, I've been lucky to do pretty well since. I ultimately ended up going into public health and doing epidemiology kind of top down instead of bottom up, because I really was interested in how I can impact the most people rather than kind of having the one-on-one relationships.
Okay, so basically, y'all were both born incredibly smart. I know your mom was a big part of that, but why did you choose medicine?
I went into med school thinking I was going to be an orthopedic surgeon, right? Because I thought that all doctors were doctors. And then like the orthopedic surgeons also got to do like the hammers and the saws and it's so badass. Blah. Then I got to med school and I was like, oh, not all doctors are doctors, and internal medicine is what I thought a doctor actually was.
Is your mom a doctor?
No. My mom was the cheerleader, my dad was the football star. They were from Connecticut, so not the heartland, but they were Jack and Diane.
Oh my god!
I'm the first doctor of the family.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, indeed. Med school was always a destiny, and then medicine became the thing because I actually wanted to be the diagnostician, be the house, be the first contact.
Yeah, okay, so where did that dream come from your mom?
I don't know, it probably sounded good, or she watched some soap opera and some cute god doctor was there. I mean, I don't know.
Dustin, what's this?
This is our phone booth. Check this out, right? You're talking in normal tone, normal tone, normal tone.
Wow! What was your experience in med school? Like, were you good at it? Were you the best student?
Med school sucks. I went to Tulane, post-Katrina, New Orleans. I was a paramedic before I went to medical school. So I came down to thinking that I was going to save the city. At the time, there weren't enough teachers to teach us. I spent a lot of time studying. Studying for step 1 was probably one of the worst consecutive weeks of my life.
Oh my god, me too.
Yeah, the thing that's the same.
When I think about it, I get like a stressed out feeling.
It'll eventually go away, I promise.
Oh, okay.
It takes like 3 more years, then you'll forget about it.
Oh, okay.
I was not the best student. I studied my ass off. I did things like OWL Club, which is the Tulane Organization for Academic Excellence Liaison. And I did the note service. I was doing a little bit more than other people, but not necessarily doing as well as other people.
You don't think so?
Dustin was kind of a teacher amongst his peers. He studied with a lot of people and they turned to him because he's always had some natural bent towards doing this. In his group, Dustin scored the worst of everybody, and I think that's a good sign for a teacher. If you can make everyone around you that much better, you're doing something right.
Yeah, one of my best friends in med school, we studied together. He got 10 points higher than I did, and I helped him get those 10 points.
How does that make sense?
I don't know.
Were you like the top of your class or anything? No? And Tulane was the only med school you could get in?
That's correct.
You graduated from Yale.
Well, that's what I thought too, and it turns out that's not enough.
Did you have like a gap year?
Several. I was a paramedic for like 3 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
They look up to you, you're like a genius. And not everybody has like the smoothest sailing to their goal.
That's absolutely correct. The path that you see someone has taken is probably not the path they took. It's the path they show you, right? I'm very open about my path because I'm pretty comfortable with where I'm at.
And not a lot of doctors want people to know about any of their mishaps, any of their struggles. And I don't know why. Because I feel like that would bring us all up if we all knew it was hard for everybody. Okay, anyway, sorry, getting deep.
True.
Why internal medicine? I just finished my rotation through internal medicine, and it is tough.
Yeah, indeed it is. Internal medicine was represented what I thought all doctors are. Right? When I went to med school, I didn't get along with a lot of people because a lot of people were there for the wrong reasons. And then I went to Tulane internal medicine residency. And that's where I found the people who thought like I did. That's like what I thought med school was going to be like. Internal medicine for me is like the figuring out the puzzle. It's first contact. Yeah. It's like making the diagnosis. One of the hardest things to do because you have to know a lot about a lot. Right? And I think that lots of people specialize, one, because they like it, I believe that, but also because all of medicine is scary. Right? And if you're just a cardiologist, that's not so scary anymore. The medicine for me was like what a doctor is. You're also the one who emotionally supports the patients, because when other specialists come in and out, like they don't really explain everything well. It's always the medicine team that sort of like brings it all together.
So obviously everyone wants to know, how did OnlineMeded begin and how did it turn into what it is now?
So med school sucks. Decided that I was going to make some videos because I wanted to teach. There was in my bedroom the 360p camera that I borrowed from a guy near the Superdome. People started showing up. I was just doing it because I wanted to teach. Videos in a bedroom is how we started. And then Jamie came along and decided, hey, this is good. We should make it a company.
I saw Dustin creating these free videos, putting them on YouTube, putting them on Reddit, just asking for feedback. And it didn't matter if you were at Yale, or you were in the Caribbean, or you were somewhere in middle America. Everybody was saying, this is the greatest thing. It really demonstrated a need to me. We decided to create OnlineMeded, and we built a business around the idea that medical education belongs to no one, and it should be accessible to everyone. And we believe that in the mission. We want to give everyone in the world the opportunity to have this standard quality baseline of education. And so we asked ourselves, okay, we're going to give away a lot of free videos. How are we going to actually make money so that we can hire engineers and designers and all these other people that you need to run a successful business? And so we came up with the idea of using the videos in the middle of a connected curriculum that has a lot of other resources. And so we created flashcards, we created notes, questions, clinical cases, all these things that are connected to the videos. The videos are the foundation. Everything else, the supporting resources, fills in the details that you need to be successful. And what's special about it is there's all this content, it's all curated by a single voice, and so that voice is OnlineMeded. Dustin, of course, is the face of it, but there's an entire team making sure that all this content works together.
So you're telling me that you don't come up with all of this on the fly?
That is correct. Often the most spontaneous presentations are the most rehearsed. Every time that I do that, it takes about 3 hours of prep time. Every 20-minute video was done at least 3 times.
Initially, it was us. It was okay, and people were using it. Students loved it. It took a little bit longer for universities to come around. They're like, how do we know this is validated? How do we know that you're teaching the right thing? Everything that we create, we send to professional experts outside of OnlineMeded to get feedback, to make sure that we're teaching the right thing and that we're, of course, accurate.
When you were looking at this, what he had started making, how did you know where you wanted to take it?
That's a good question. You know, it's nice when you start a company to know that there's need. We want to create a medical education company that's impacting how medical education is taught. Actually, just have announced a partnership with Yale Medical School. We're working to collaborate to create content with them. That was always the goal, and we've always had that North Star guiding us. Other than that, we just listen to the users.
This is a mural about everything we like in Austin. So we think that this represents the city well. We have a lot of cranes because Austin's constantly evolving, as we are.
This is a big question for me. I have a cat who is actually very similar looking to your cat logo. And so we want to know where the cat logo came from.
Yeah, the cat actually is based off of Dustin's cat.
What's the cat's name?
Kimber.
Kimber?
Yeah.
Oh my
I
gosh.
feel a lot of doctors are cat people. You know, it's funny, when we started this company, Dustin had 2 imperatives. 1, the videos have to be free, and then 2, we have to have a cat as our mascot. Because medicine is so serious, the content that we have is so serious. The cat allows us to be playful and allows us to be light. It's just meant to make you smile.
How old is your cat?
11.
11?
I've got her in med school.
Oh really? I got my cat in med school. And it's also gray. I'll show you a picture later.
This is Dr. Katz, Kimber, in neon. When Jamie first brought me into this building, I was like, oh, this is ours. And then I turned the corner and it was this. And I was like, this is awesome.
Any future goals or plans? What y'all plan to do with OnlineMeded or as people?
Working on the basic sciences, and we've been working on that pretty hard now for over a year, and we've made really good progress, and we think we'll finish that by the end of this year.
Studying for step 1 was like one of the worst times of my life, so I volunteered to do it again. Only this time do it so well that I learned it well enough to teach it, and we're definitely going to finish by this year.
Yeah.
December.
Any last minute advice that you want to give to the thousands of people that will watch you?
Well, if you're in med school, you should probably use OnlineMeded. Turns out it works pretty well.
Just plug it right there.
It's free.
Plug. It's free. It is free.
Sure, it's online.
If you want to be successful, you have to have determination and you have to commit to it, right? It's not easy, and like nothing just comes. It's all hard work. At times, if you feel like you're struggling, you are, and it's okay. If you look around and you think other people aren't struggling, they are, right? So it's okay to work hard. It's okay to take a break. It's okay to feel bad. It's okay to feel good, right? So as long as you're committed to the final goal, getting there is the success.
Ask for help. Ask people what they did to get through it. No one has to do this alone.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. We will see you in our next one. Dustin, anything you want to say?
And that's OnlineMeded.
You're gonna be dropping the F-bomb.
Yes,
There's children.
that's
All right, guys, I'm filming.
This is where the magic happens. This is the board, this is the camera, and these are the lights.
Whoa, the board. Dustin, stand there. Oh my gosh, I am in front of the board.
Nice.
My